Alright everybody, here we go. This is my first video ever. I started this YouTube channel because there's a lot of content out on YouTube for FS17 logging, but there's not a lot of consistent. Uh, I know when I'm at work, I like to, when I get free time, hop on, see how everybody else is logging, maybe see some new equipment. This is one of my favorite maps. It's the interior, but it's an edit of the interior done by Team, I can't really pronounce their name. I may get it wrong. Team Sardinia. What they've done is they came in here, added a bio plant, which is right down here. Where we were just at, that's the equipment store where you spawn when you buy your new vehicles. This truck right here, this is a reskin I done of FDR's fuel truck, Fuel Duramax, whatever he calls it, which was it was a great truck to begin with, but I didn't care for the fuel tank, so I put a new fuel tank in it. I didn't care for the rims, so I put new rims and tires on it. This is the biogas plant. It's where you sell wood chips. It's the only place to sell wood chips. And I might add, this took me a little bit of time to figure out. You have to set up a conveyor system if you want to be able to drive over here and just dump your wood chips and go. If you wanted to dump them in these storage containers, that would be okay, but then you'd have to have another machine and relay them over to that hopper and dump them in there to sell them. I'm not into all that, you know. The only reason I mess with the wood chips is because that's that's what I do with the scraps, my cutoffs and my tops. I chip them up. And I figured, well, if you're gonna chip them up, you might as well sell them too. Anyways, I love this map. I'm a big fan of maps with towns. I'm a big FDR fan. I'm one of his patrons, so you'll see some of his stuff that's not public. All of his machines are functioning very well. A lot better than a lot of other people's. His new Volume 12s are absolutely amazing. They are probably the best functioning machines in the game. He's done a lot of cool stuff. He's added weight to where you can pretty much work any map, not just his. And I like his maps. They're beautiful maps. They just don't have enough town. You see, this really didn't have a town either until this edit was done. They added this town. Yeah, it's a really big file since they added the town. It's a little bit laggy, as you can tell, but I can deal with a little lag. Sometimes the lag too, I've found that if you reposition your camera, the lag will kind of go away. But yeah, they added this town, a few new roads. The old one you couldn't go over there. You could, but you have to go all the way around. It was a long, drawn-out process. Well, they put a main road in right there, which opens that side up to where it's easier to harvest. They just made an overall a better map. Like I said, I like FDR maps. He just doesn't have a town, and everything's all kind of piled up in one central location, which is cool. But I like a town. I like a sawmill that looks like it's operational. This map, since they added all this production, makes you feel like, hey, I'm not the only one messing around in this little area. There's other people, there's other stuff going on. There's more factories. It's not just bring wood out, sell it to the mill, and go on and do pallets and board production, chips. I mean, they added a lot. We're driving around. Since this is my first video, I wish I would have started recording when I first started this map. I just kind of wanted to show everybody why I love this map. We're going to run right down here. This is where when you reset equipment, this is where it will go. I guess it's kind of like your storage yard. It's got a bunch of wood storage and stuff. I'm not a big fan of wood storage. I feel like the more trees you have cut down in the game, the more the lag will come. Yeah, I'm not doing a very good job staying in my lane, but you know, I'm learning that it's kind of hard to focus on your gameplay and talk at the same time. I guess it's going to take some practice. There'll be a little bit of learning curve there for me. But this is where your equipment will appear when you reset it. I don't know that anybody's actually done kind of a walk around of this map yet. They may have. This may be something everybody's tired of seeing, so I just wanted to show you some of the key areas and kind of show you why I love this map. My plan is to carry off, if I like the way this is turning out, kind of carry y'all along with me while I log this whole map. I'll use a bunch of different techniques. I'll be doing some yarding. I do a lot of skinning, processing. I like the whole 14-meter logs. I feel like it gets the trees out faster, because you know, these trees, you get 2 14-meter logs out of each tree. There's not a lot of trash and waste left behind. I feel like it's overall faster just to cut 14s. So what I've been doing, and you know, if you play single player, you kind of get bored sometimes, so you'll move around a lot and do different stuff. I'm a big fan of the ground modification, so you'll see a lot of roads that I kind of put in, because you're not just going to drive your log truck out through the middle of the forest without a road being there, so the ground modification is a sweet thing to have. I wish they'd put it in a dozer to kind of make it seem more realistic instead of dragging a roller behind around a tractor. But hey, it is what it is. So up here to the right, try not to go too fast. See, I didn't want that to happen. I run dual joysticks, so driving sometimes it's a little difficult, just driving your trucks. It makes operating the machines a lot better, but as far as steering trucks down the road, it can be difficult, but you can do it. It's a hell of a lot better than using the keyboard. Alright, take this road to the right, and one of the locations that we're going to be doing some yarding from is up here. And this location, in a roundabout way, we'll be able to cut that whole hillside right there from this location. And now this road does not go all the way up there, but I took ground modification and I added some road to it. Cut it in with a processor. See, I cut that tree down to kind of help you soften up that turn, because when a trailer breaks over it, you know, the trailer will sometimes hang up. It won't stop you from coming up here, but it does some unrealistic things when it does hang, you know, bottoms out right there. This fuel tank, it's just a little more realistic than the one he had in here. The one he had in here kind of looked like something you would see more in your equipment yard than you would have in the back of your truck. This right here, it's what I use at work. Same setup I have in my company truck. Here's where my new road begins. This vegetation down here just doesn't really disappear, so you just kind of have to use your imagination, but at least the ground modification keeps you a path that you can see so that you actually travel in the same area every time. But yeah, I wish I would have started recording this gameplay when I started this map, so I could have carried y'all along with me while I built these roads. But you know, building roads it gets boring to some people, I guess. This may be boring to some people. I just wanted to kind of show you the way I play, the way I like to go into new areas. I don't know if any of y'all have ever discovered this up here. Get up on top of this ridge, you can go all the way to the end of the ridge. It's pretty flat. It's really kind of shaped like a bowl. I gotta bring the stump grinder up here and take out some stumps, I reckon. It's kind of shaped like a bowl, but pretty good area up here. Set your yarder up, yard your trees up here, process them, load them out. May be a little difficult to turn if you're pulling a trailer on your log truck to turn around up here, but it's the interior. Everywhere in the interior is difficult. It's not really trailer friendly. A lot of times I will run short trucks, fixed bunks. I don't know what's going on. Why am I? It's being really laggy, I guess. It's usually not like that. Like I said, it's the first time I ever recorded. A lot of guys will tell you that you need a high dollar PC to play this game. I'm here to tell you you don't. I've got a $400 laptop. It's an HP. Got it at Walmart. I used to play console, but I got tired of waiting for good logging mods to come to console, and in my opinion, they will never come to console. So I made the switch to PC, which opens up a whole new can of worms. I'm not real computer savvy. When I was in school, instead of learning about computers, which they wasn't as popular as they are now when I was in school. I'm 30 years old, so computers back then were not near as advanced or intertwined in your life as they are now. So when they were trying to teach us about them, I was more worried about girls and sports, and never seen a reason why I would ever need a computer in my life until I started playing this game. You know, your smartphones are so advanced, they can pretty much do whatever you need to do on the internet as far as everyday life. So I've been learning as I started playing this game. And what you don't know is, when you start playing this game on PC, especially if you are in any of the communities on Facebook, groups and pages, blogging pages on Facebook, you'll see all these private mods. You'll think, well, man, I'd like to have that mod. Some people, they're like me, you know, I do edits myself. I edited this truck, I got a few machines that I've edited. I don't like to release my stuff because of all the politics. You know, everybody throws fits if you leave them out of the credits, or if you forget to add them to the credits or what have you. And I'm sure there's a lot of people like that because of that reason, they'll release their machines. So you'll get to wanting these machines, and eventually PC will just kind of force you, just drives it into you to want to try to learn the mod. If you're going to try to learn the mod, I suggest the best place to start is to start reskinning stuff. You know, simple edits. Like, it took me forever to put this fuel tank in the bed of this truck. This came from another mod. It didn't work right in that mod. Kind of glitched and froze up my computer and stuff, so I took this fuel tank out of that truck, put it in this one. Well, the material that they used on this fuel tank didn't match anything FDR had in this mod, so I had to, as a learning process, I had to figure out and make it show up. But I got it. It looks really good. I'm working up here right now. Got a skidder, processor, and a loader. Oh, whoa, whoa. I don't know what they had planned right here. It's like an unfinished thought. It's a pretty good lot. That's where I just kind of parked my lowboy there. This is one of my favorite maps, though, for just the terrain. The floor of the forest. It's pretty sweet. I don't like logging where the floor is just all grass. To me, I'm from Arkansas, and in our forest, you won't find a bunch of grass growing. It'll be pine needles, or it'll be oak leaves, sticker bushes and stuff like that. So this one seems more realistic as far as the vegetation on the floor of the forest. That's where I've been working. My plan is use ground modification, put a road up to this point, set my yarder up, cut this whole hillside, because realistically, you're not going to take your skidder up and down this bluff at all. I mean, that's straight up and down. But I guess everybody's probably tired of seeing me drive this truck around. I know I'm tired of the lag that's for some reason happening. Why don't we go down here? Park this bad boy. Find my log truck. Where is she at? Oh. I want to edit this map and fix this cell point, turn it into more realistic. The mills that are in Arkansas, they don't have this kind of crane. They rely on machines for putting their wood into piles. On which this yard is kind of set up that way. I mean, that crane can only put them underneath that crane. Then another machine's got to get it and put it into those piles. So I want to move that cell point into one of these log piles, get rid of that crane, and just have it set up where I could use maybe a front end loader or FDR's dangle loader that he's got for unloading trucks. This truck right here came from K-Man Modding. It's a beautiful edit of the Twin Star. It's probably the best edit of the Twin Star in the game. This trailer, I changed the colors on the trailer because it was purple and white. Came from Ridgecrest. If you go and download these two mods off Facebook, make sure you leave a like for their pages because they do really good work. This is the closest thing to a pole trailer that we got right now in FS17. It doesn't fold up, but it works really efficiently. This is kind of a boring video. I just wanted to kind of give, you know, a little introduction to me and what I'm about, kind of a little backstory. And like I said, the only reason I've started this channel is to kind of add to the content that's out there. Help get some shout outs to some of my favorite modders. Like I said, I do edits. I enjoy my edits. And I want other people to be able to enjoy them. I wish I could release them, but I don't want to deal with the drama. So I'll just keep them private and kind of show them off in these videos. But hey, let's load some logs right quick. I don't know how long of a video I'm going to make. This is FDR's Volume 12 processor. Oh, it is beautiful too. He's rescaled everything. He's added weight. Fixed a lot of performance issues. This is probably, I know I'm glitching out right now or lagging, but this is probably one of the best processors in the game right now. I think I'm going to go ahead and say it's the best. This is a reskin that I've done. This is Cab's Modding. It's his Tiger Cat. You know, he actually covered up a 551 cat and logoed it as a Tiger Cat, and it really bothered me for a while. So as soon as I got good at reskinning things, that's what I did. I reskinned it. One thing I haven't learned is every time I do a reskin, the lights get stuck on. And I can't get them to shut off. So that's another reason I don't release my stuff. It works for me, where other people would complain and try to bust my balls on, well, the lights are stuck on. Oh well. Who really works at night anyways? This is his Volume 12 loader here. I usually load with that cat, but I wanted to bring this up here and try it because I'm thinking about reskinning it. You know, getting the Tiger Cat logos on it. But first I wanted to make sure, because it used to be really tippy in the older volumes. Like the volumes 10, I don't know if he didn't put a 10 out of that loader, but like the volume 9, 8, it's real tippy. So, without further ado, let's try this puppy out. I don't want to grab too big of a grab until we see what she's capable of. May not have my truck quite right. I can load it, but it isn't quite right. You may see me struggle a little bit, and I'm a little bit nervous. It's different. I feel like people are watching. It's a little bit different. I'm used to playing by myself, no one watching. So this is going to be a learning curve for me. I tell you, the hardest thing that I'm learning is figuring out what to talk about. I'm not sure exactly. So I'm just kind of rambling about different things and whatnot. So far, as you can see, I'm doing that tipping as I'm trying to break this pile a little closer. But I've grabbed some pretty good grabs, and this machine seems to be performing well. Yeah, I'm sure I haven't done it yet. If you squeeze too hard, logs are going to go through the grapple. Well, all machines do it. They're mods. These are not professionals making these mods. You know, they don't do it for a living. They do it as a hobby. So, all mods, I don't care who the modder is, unless it's giants, the mods are going to have their issues. Every single mod has its own issues. If you want a perfect mod, then you need to continue playing with the stuff that giants put in the game. But if you want the real life stuff, download a mod or two. Don't talk crap, because they all have problems. There are no perfect ones. You know, some YouTubers make it look like the machines are perfect. Like you see, I've not squeezed too hard, and I've not shot logs everywhere. It's because I run dual joysticks, and I've got a lot of hours in on this game in the last year and a half. I've noticed that a lot of the malfunctions with mods, got a log falling off there. A lot of the malfunctions, I think, are due to the people that are, you know, the complaints and stuff about how this does that and this. You know, I think it's the operator. Most of your login mods are not meant to be ran with keyboard. So with keyboard, you don't have as much feel as you do with a joystick. So you're gonna sometimes squeeze too hard. What's going on with this load? We go out to the outdoor camera. There's what's wrong with it. So with keyboard, you're gonna squeeze too hard. You're not gonna squeeze hard enough. You know, it's like anything in life. Before you're good at it, you gotta learn how to do it. If you don't put the time in, learn how to do it, you're not going to be good at it. And then the machines are going to look. You're going to start looking for excuses. It's the machines. Well, it's not the machines. You just need to put a little extra time in. Learn how to use the machines. And everybody's got their own ways. Everybody's got their own techniques. You just got to figure out what works best for you. Let's see. Oh, I'm a little bit crooked. Just a little bit crooked. My plan is, on this channel, I'm going to try to do, we'll see, I have 3 kids, so it tends to get loud at my house. But I will try, I guess if you want to call this an episode, I'll try to do one a day. We'll see how that works. Like I said, I play all the time, so I figure I might as well be recording when I play. I don't know if I'll stick with audio or not, with all this commentary or not. I may go silent, because like I said, it's kind of difficult to figure out what to talk to y'all about. Let's see. I'm gonna call that a load. it's kind of difficult to figure out what to talk to y'all about, so until the next video,